Hey everyone, this is going to be the first video in a series of videos talking about different recommendations I have for different areas of the game. So I've gotten a lot of questions about what characters do you recommend, abilities, should I hone these skills, what relics should I draw for, a lot of those kind of things. So I thought it would be nice if I just made a video for each area discussing my recommendations and things that I've learned during my play with the Japanese version. So the first one is going to be on relics, relics that I recommend and what I think you should do with your mythril. So if we have a look at my friends list here, there's quite a few recommended ones I have all kind of chunked together here, which is really nice. So you have Tyro and his heal grimoire. Heals the entire party. Now this heals, I've used it before, it heals for about 3,000 per character. At this level. You have Sephiroth, his winged angel. That's a sword obviously that hasn't come out yet. I know everybody's freaking out about the Manamune and stuff like that, but I actually see this used more often, and I think the stats on it are a little bit better. So that comes out a bit later. Now I've talked about this a lot, but here is Red 13 and his Lunatic High. So it casts Protect and Haste on the entire party. I use this or Saz's probably 90% of the time. Sometimes I'll use one of Tyro's grimoires, which I'll show you in a second. But almost all boss battles that I do involve some sort of party buff and damage reduction. So we have Red 13, we have Tyro's grimoires. Again, Shadow Flare from Sephiroth's Winged Angel. I use that a lot for farming and stuff like that. So then you have here Saz's Good Time. So Red 13's is Lunatic High, and Saz's is Good Time. It's his gun. So I'll give you a bit of a peek here. So his Vega. And this is almost the same, except it casts Haste and Shell on the entire party instead of Haste and Protect like Red 13. So when I go against a boss with a really heavy magic attacks, I'll take Saz. When I go against a boss very heavy physical attacks, I'll take Red 13. Now what's really nice is here, this one I didn't use a lot before, but I've started really trying to use because it's just unbelievably valuable. It's so good. This is his grimoire. This is Tyro's grimoire, and it's Steel Wall, and basically it's an AoE buff for your entire party. It reduces physical and magic damage by 60%. So you can imagine with a break on the boss with this grimoire, and I have Red 13, so I could have Protect on my entire party as well. I don't have this, unfortunately, so I can only use the friends. But with 60% damage reduction plus a break, which is roughly 40 to 50%, you're looking at 80% there. If you can slow them and you can protect your entire party, 2,000 damage attacks hit you for 1 to 200. It's phenomenal. It's so good. I can't recommend them enough. I really wish that I had saved some of my mithril for these more. I got lucky and I got Red 13s, but I had no idea how useful that these would be. So everybody asks, should I draw now? Should I try to get, I know right now is Cecil's event, should I try to get Cecil's sword because it seems really good and he seems like a good character, or should I wait? My recommendation that I tell everybody with mithril is only spend mithril on draws if you can't advance any further. If you hit a wall and you've honed abilities and you've leveled your characters up and you've tried different strategies and you can't break through that wall, go ahead and draw and just try to get something nice. Never spend mithril restoring stamina or continuing unless I've used mithril about 2 times to continue in extra battles in event dungeons so I could get like a special accessory that I really wanted. So I've only done that like 2 times in 6 months. I've upgraded my inventory a decent amount, but a lot of times I increased my inventory because I had too many mats for improving your equipment, you know, the daily dungeon stuff that drops so you can make your equipment stronger. I really kind of regretted that later because I ended up not using it, because if you're not drawing anything, then you won't be using those materials, and they just get it's really wasted space. So try to avoid using mithrils on expanding your inventory at all costs. You know, combine 3-star weapons, 4-star. Just combine everything you can, because you'll get a ton of that stuff over time. Like I still have way too many 3 and 4-star items. So that's it for that. Now I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a bonus here. I'm going to go ahead and show you some of these abilities in action. So one other ability that I like in general as a damage one are 3 or more. Now there's 6 times attacks and 8 times attacks. But multiple attack weapon relics, because if you armor break the boss and you boost that character, so like mine is lightning, she has a 3 attack relic, I can usually hit bosses for between 12 and, if I get a crit, 12 and 15,000 for 1 soul break. So it's really, really nice, because that's, you know, that can be 10% of the boss's HP in 1 attack. So we're going to start with selfies. Selfies is pretty good. It's basically an all-party cura. So you'll see that here. So pretty nice, 1900. Okay, I'll skip. So you can see here's lightning. So this is a 3 attack. I use this a lot, and even in non-Final Fantasy 13 dungeons, I take her a lot because of this. It's really good. So then we have, I'll throw up Lunatic High. So here's Saz's. So I'm summoning my friend's soul break. You can do that 2 times per dungeons once you get friends. So Saz comes in, casts his good time. Now we're all haste and shell. And I'll do the same thing with Lunatic High. So technically it would be a bit of a waste, but if you had both abilities, you could do this. So now I have protect, shell, and haste on everybody. So I'll just go ahead and auto this. And, you know, those are the ones that I personally am really going to hold off for, and that I strongly recommend, is Saz's Good Time, Red 13's Lunatic High, any sort of AoE cure is really nice, and of course Tyro's Grimoire is phenomenal. So that's it for recommended relics and mithril spending. I'll make another one on characters and another on abilities. So I hope you guys find this helpful. I really suggest that you plan ahead with your mithril. Look ahead. There's plenty of information out there about what relics are going to be coming out in the future. Decide kind of what direction you want to take your party, what relics you really, really want, and try to save as many mithril as you can for those draws, unless you're spending money, and then you can just spend however much you want. But that's it for this. I hope you guys find it helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.